we plug the Mustang Mach-E back into the charger to top off the charge.
Awesome, sweet. So first off, welcome to one of the fastest cabs in New York. As you can see, we are actually riding in the Mustang Mach-E GT Performance. And one good thing about this, aside from all the speed and the agility of this vehicle, we actually have a Sync 4 technology that adapts to all your daily habits. So if you need to grab coffee before you get to work, it actually gives you a predetermined route to get there a lot quicker. And now, for the front part, it actually goes 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds.
All right.
Now, over here, this is like the unbridled mode. So this means we let all the ponies out, and this thing will just go in no time.
2, 1.
That shit's fast.
Oh yes. And it's crazy too because we actually have the one pedal drive feature that also does regenerative braking. So whenever you're slowing down as well, you still get to the energy put back into the battery as well.
Wow.
So thank you so much for riding with me today.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
He's got all the stuff. Braking, but really each driver is like touching base down, so it's really the margin of error.
So let's try Mustang Mach-E so we can charge up during the business. And every new Mustang Mach-E comes with a Ford mobile charger stored in the front, which allows charging using a standard.
I like that. You just scan your QR code right there and you're doing live.
Andrew and Rashida are finally on the road. Rashida's plugged in and charged up in the back row. And now that they're using the Ford connected charger.
Scanner right down there.
Andrea also sees it's a little chilly, so she preconditions the Mustang first thing, warming up both the battery and the cabin.
Finish your breakfast and put your phone down. No sass. No surprise for you.
Hey
guys, how are you?
Software updates that
It's hard to
help
be
make
mad
your
when you spend
Mustang
all day with
Mach-E
the
electric vehicle better over time.
Have you guys ever been quiet as a mouse?
The Washingtons are ready to hit the road, and today they have a special treat, a road trip to Grandma's house. And as Andrea starts her Saturday morning,
This is gonna be insane.
Just as Rashida gets home, Andrew's Ford dealer drops off the Mustang Mach-E, freshly inspected and ready for the weekend. It's all set.
Can I take a picture?
Whoever's in the front just needs there. You're just gonna scan it real quick, and then you're.
Yes. Should I bring it in here? Or bring it up to see? So we're gonna. Okay, we're probably gonna get it.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing today?
Good.
All right. How's it going today?
Good.
All right,
How
go
fast
ahead.
this thing can go?
Oh, this one can go 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds.
Okay. All right.
Sorry to cut it short, but we're gonna make a pit stop to top off the charge.
Okay, I love you both.
Again the next day. And it packs power in places you'd never expect, like the Mega Power Front. With 4 plugs of its own, plus 400 liters of space for groceries, or 400 pounds of concrete. And did we mention power? How about 21 charge points, including both USB ports and power outlets? Better still, you can use those outlets, front or back, to power your epic camp-out movie night with friends. The brawny F-150 Light is hands-free, on over 100,000 miles of hands-free pre-qualified divided highway in North America.
Check that out. I hope everyone's having a good evening here at the show, enjoying themselves. We've got a lot of cool stuff going on in the Ford display. So make sure that while you're hanging out, you can go out and check over that Raptor over there. It's an F-150 Raptor in front of me here. All right, last question. Question 5. Ford remains the 3rd most successful engine manufacturer in F1 history. How much success, both as Constructors Championships and Drivers Championships? Ford entered Formula One with the now legendary DFV engine. And just 2 months later, the engine made its debut in the Dutch Grand Prix and won the race in the back of Jim Clark's Lotus Ford. In total, Ford has won a remarkable 174 Grand Prix victories. That's a lot of Grand Prix wins. Now we're off rodeo. If you haven't heard about Bronco Off Rodeo, you can head over to our Bronco area and check that out. Because
I'm Erica Gilster, and I am on an electric road trip across.
We want native grasses, we want as much as possible. It's a small little step, but planting trees has such a long-term impact.
So you both have.
Oh, we got a lot to talk about.
And see, this is something I can do to help drive change.
Yes.
Like I can switch to electric. Minnesota, and I'm going to be meeting and inspire people driving change for the planet in the hopes that some people can learn.
what brings you to the car show?
Just here to see what's new, what they got to show us.
Do you see a particular car model from a manufacturer that interests you?
Honestly, yeah, I'm just here. I'm just here to check
Elantra
out.
N. The Elantra N was pretty nice. Yeah.
Car?
The Elantra N.
Hyundai.
Yeah.
Hyundai Elantra N. Yeah.
So this year's theme is about electrification. What do you think of the new cars that are being pushed that are electric?
Well,
I don't agree with it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of electric cars because it's going to be getting rid of all the manual cars, which are much more fun to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, turning all the cars into electric is just going to ruin the enthusiasts.
They're taking the driving out of driving, It's just like, if I wanted to be driven around, I wouldn't buy a car. I would just take a taxi at that
Yeah,
point.
like Tesla, you're paying like God knows how much for a car just to not drive the car.
Exactly. You get a car, you want to drive it, you want to enjoy it.
Right. But what about for the environmental concerns and safety concerns?
Well,
electric hasn't been really, if you look behind the scene, electric isn't really doing much better.
Yeah,
if you really look behind it,
they tell you all about carbon emissions and all that, but they're not talking about the factory, the power, they're using fossil fuels and all that.
Yeah, fossil fuels to charge the cars itself. They're going from Australia, lithium mining, flying it over to Germany or Japan.
All you have to do is Google, see how much it takes to make
them
electric
shipping
battery.
their cars to other countries.
And not to mention,
But do you think this is going to be the future wave of driving?
No, not at all.
Electric
is not going to go.
I think once people start seeing that, it's not really as sustainable as they think it is, the wave is gonna die down.
Mm-hmm.
People just don't know as much right now.
I just hope it's not gonna be that way.
Gas isn't as.
There's only one clean source of energy, but we haven't perfected it yet, so we can't do it, and that's nuclear energy. But like I said, we're not perfected, so it's extremely dangerous. We can't do it yet.
So I see you're a car enthusiast here. What cars do you tend to be more enthusiastic?
Like we said,
anything fast, really.
Me, I'm more a naturally aspirated guy. No, I'm not a big fan of turbos. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cool. But me, I drive naturally aspirated. He drives naturally aspirated.
What do you guys typically drive on your daily commutes?
106,000.
2010 G37.
You?
2003 Camry.
2002 Camry. And you?
2011 Subaru Impreza.
And what about you?
BMW 330i.
What year?
2021.
And where you guys are coming from?
Brooklyn.
Right here.
Bay Ridge,
Brooklyn.
Bay Ridge.
And what do you guys do? You guys work on cars?
I'm a Subaru technician. But we all go to school.
Yeah, I'm still in college.
We all go to school. Yeah.
I'm still in college, but I do work at a Subaru center for technician stuff.
All right, now I want to ask you about Subarus. What do you think of this year's lineup of Subarus?
Well, I have to say the WRX is much better than I thought it would be. I mean, the looks, I heard things about it not being the best look-wise, but performance-wise, it's a different story. It's much better than I expected.
And what about this year's auto show? You think there's anything different?
Yeah, way different.
A lot of different stuff.
What's the difference?
They brought more exotic cars, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Where are they?
They brought a Koenigsegg Jesko this year. I didn't see that last year. They brought the new, I don't know what it's called, but the Huracan, the off-road version, they brought it. They also brought a Rimac, whatever you pronounce it.
Last year was the first one after the pandemic.
So it wasn't that much.
Yeah,
I think there was
regular traffic most of the time.
It was a couple of exotics. Nothing really crazy. There's way more this year than there was last year.
So what do you think people know about this year's auto show?
It's worth it to come,
Yeah, 100% worth it.
Anything else you want to say?
Go Jets.
Go Jets.
Can you spell your name?
Yeah. For me, William, William.
Last name?
Kara, Kara.
Your name?
Mitchell, Mitchell. Kara, Kara.
Your name?
Alexander, Alexander.
And your name?
John Susu, John Sousou. One last thing, drive fast, eat ass, smoke grass. Let's go.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too, man.
más pastillas. Esa es más cara y no tiene esa pantalla. Ese color. ¿Será que compite con la
Yeah, I don't think it's
To the auto show this year?
The people, the cars, and the enjoyment of it. I come every year. I really enjoy it. It's almost like a Christmas for me.
Are you like a car enthusiast?
Not really, but I enjoy the cars, to be honest. I like it. I don't really have a favorite. I don't have a favorite kind of car. I kind of like all of them.
Which exhibit from which car manufacturer you thought was the most coolest this year?
The Hyundai one.
Huh?
Hyundai.
What did Hyundai have?
They had like the latest models out.
Like which one?
I don't really remember that. I'm sorry.
Did you get a chance to take a ride on yet?
Not yet. Maybe tomorrow or during the week.
How many days are you going to come to the auto show?
Probably today and tomorrow.
Okay. Are you with friends or family?
By myself today.
What do you recommend people that are coming to the auto show this year to see? What's the worst thing to see?
The best thing to see? Pretty much everything is open. Just if you like cars, just come out and enjoy it.
Okay. You have anything else you want to say?
No.
You want to spell your name?
DANIELMAXFIELD.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, you guys should check it out.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. No, they're in the main exhibit hall right now. You can see the you guys should check it out. All right, thank you. Are they able to drive or Yeah. Also, we have microphones, but they might not be able to pick up enough. It's really loud in there.
Oh, yeah, down other day. Wow.
2002.
So tell me about this movie car. Which movie was it in, and what year it is, and was it used in filming?
Absolutely. So this is a 2002 Aston Martin V12 Vanquish. It was used in the James Bond film Die Another Day in 2002. This car was actually used in the film. This was one of the stunt cars they used. It's obviously heavily modified with some fake weapons and stuff like that. But the biggest modification was the fact that it's equipped, I said, as a stunt car. So it has 2 electronic handbrakes, so the car can slide around on ice better. And it has a special transmission that lets it do 120 miles an hour in reverse, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this was an actual on-screen film used vehicle, and it's currently on display at the Saratoga Auto Museum in Saratoga Springs, along with about 20 other cars from the movies as well.
How many cars did they make for this film? Because obviously in movies they use different cars.
Sure, yeah. For this, the actual V12 Vanquish, I think they've had probably 6 or 7 stunt cars. They had a couple cars that they use for the close-ups. They call them hero cars. I know there's 2 or 3 of these ice stunt cars, and then there's at least 1 or 2 of the flip cars, which they actually flipped on its roof and back and forth a couple times. So there's probably around 6 to 10 of them total.
And this was Pierce Brosnan?
That's correct, yeah. This is one of Pierce Brosnan's films. This also had Halle Berry in it, this film. This car, its biggest scene, it was chased by a villain driving a Jaguar, a green Jaguar convertible, which we also have on display at the museum now too.
And how long has the Saratoga Automobile Museum had this Die Another Day James Bond movie car?
So we've had this whole exhibit since November of last year, and it's going to run until the end of 2023.
Has Pierce Brosnan seen this car?
I don't think he has. I don't think he's seen it since we've had it, but we have tons of other famous Bond cars. We have the DB5, we have the Lotus Sub, we have the new DB10 that Daniel Craig drove a couple movies ago. So we have something for all Bond fans of all ages.
And where was this stored after filming was done?
This car, I believe, was stored in the UK for a couple of years. They took them all out of storage for the 60th anniversary of the Bond franchise last year. So they've kind of been doing their tour around the world to celebrate the 60 years of the movies and the 25 films. And after it's done with us here in New York, it's going to go back to storage.
If everyone goes up to Saratoga this summer, do they see these cars?
Absolutely, yeah. The exhibit's open 7 days a week in the summer in Saratoga Springs. You pay a few bucks to come in, you can see all the cars, plus we have a bunch of other cars as well.
Will be in the collection?
Yep, this is going right back to Saratoga after this week, so it'll be there.
So how long will it be in Saratoga?
Until the end of 2023, so the very end of the year.
So there's time?
Exactly, you got plenty of time. You got all year, basically.
How many cars do you have in the collection in the museum?
In the exhibit, we have about 22 cars of Bond cars, and then we have probably another 25 or so cars that we own.
Okay, and where is it? Is it around the Saratoga area? Or
It's in the Saratoga Spa State Park, which is just outside of downtown Saratoga Springs, which is about 3 hours from New York City. There's Amtrak trains available that go straight up there. or of course it's a nice scenic drive if you like to drive.
And as someone that is a car enthusiast, what do you think of this year's auto show?
The auto show is great this year. It's nice to see so many people here back for the first public day. Media days were great as well too. I'm seeing a lot of younger, more passionate car fans here this year than we've seen in the past, which is always great to see. We always love to see the next generation strong. So we're looking forward to see another good year here.
Okay. And were you here last year?
I was, yeah.
How was it compared to last year?
I think there's more exhibits than last year. There's a better selection of cars than there was last year. The crowd already seems better. They're a lot more excited. I think people are excited to get back to the auto show and look at some cars.
Okay. And now that this theme, the last two themes is about electrification, what's your thoughts on electrification? Are you one of those gearheads that say, like, you know, oh my God, it's terrible. It's no more.
No, it's, you know, I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to it. I don't mind the idea of electrification. Of course, I love our classic cars. I love big, loud, shouty cars. But I think there's definitely a place for electric. I think it's a whole different driving experience, and it's the next step in cars. And we're going to embrace it one way or another, and we're excited to drive our classic cars in the meantime.
And do you personally like to drive an electric car?
I have. I've spent a lot of time driving some electric cars. It's very enjoyable. It's very fast. I will say the appeal of the fast acceleration kind of wears off after a while. It's nice to be able to shift your own gears and hear the sounds of the car, but you know, we'll find new ways to enjoy them.
So you're open-minded?
I'm open-minded. It's not going to stop it either way. We're going to have to drive electric cars sooner or later, so I might as well embrace them now, you know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the organizers that organize this?
The auto show? They do a great job. This is a huge show. It's been going on for a very long time, over 100 and some odd years now for the auto show. It's no small undertaking. I mean, we have a huge display. The Javits Center is full every year doing it. They've very generously asked us to come now. I think this is our 6th year coming as the museum. We're always happy to bring some old cool cars for people to check out, and we're looking forward to coming back next year.
Okay, can you spell your name?
Sure, it's Steve Struss, S-T-R-U-S-S.
Okay, and what is your position at the Saratoga now?
I am the curator at the Saratoga Automotive Museum.
And how long have you been there?
5 years.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
Oh. All right, you ready?
Yeah, sure. What do you want us to say?
So, what do you think of this new NYPD Mustang electric police car?
I think it's a little bit excessive.
I think it's a little crazy.
I think it's a little bit of a waste of money, to say the least.
Why is it a waste of money in your opinion?
I believe there's no reason for the police to own a sports car. The whole thing about catching fast cars with faster cars is, I believe, a myth. When instead there could just be coordination among a unit. There's no reason to chase a car when you could have helicopters. It's just, it is literally just a waste of money, and it's a social media stunt.
Social media stunt.
Yeah.
It was a star of the show last year too. And what do you think of the new NYPD colors?
I didn't even notice, honestly. What
That's the new livery they want to try to. They're
going to be pushing this.
Yeah. What do you think of the design?
I think it's fine. It's all right, yeah.
All right.
Pretty
you
neutral.
Prefer it over the current one, which is on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, I'm used to seeing that, yeah.
It looks a little nicer, I guess.
Right. And so, what do you think the police should be doing instead of spending money on this?
Actually, I have an answer to this. I mean, I know that, like, one thing I came to mind is I know that the NYPD spends a lot of money on misconduct cases. I think it's like, there's about like $100 million pursuing misconduct cases. And I feel like that's kind of a lot of money that could be used to, I mean, you know, when it comes to like funding more police like operations like the subway and like the MTA and whatnot, I feel like instead of taking funding out of other services, they should just kind of look to recuperate funding from police misconduct cases. Because I feel like it's kind of an egregious amount of money that's being, taxpayer money that's being kind of wasted in avoidable situations and issues.
Okay. But in general, being that this is the auto show, car heads or gear heads are here all over the place. What do you think of this car in general?
I'm not a big fan of the electric Mustang.
You're not a fan of electric Mustang.
No.
I mean, I'm hearing a lot of gearheads not like an electric.
Yeah.
But this theme of this show is about electrification. What's your thoughts on electric cars, the future, and this theme of electrification?
I think pushing electric cars is solving an environmental issue, but it's not necessarily going to solve all of our problems when it comes to the environment. And so, by the government focusing heavily on electric vehicles, it's kind of like a red herring to like industry that's causing a ton of pollution, and etc.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to try and shift the automobile industry to kind of renewable energy, since obviously electricity is renewable, has the ability to become renewable, but gasoline obviously is not. So, yeah. I mean, I think it's like, it'd be good if, I mean, they swap over to like electric vehicles, obviously. Like, I know they have a couple like Priuses and like whatever, but obviously, like, I mean, this is like top end, like sports luxury electric vehicle at this point. So,
But tell me, what makes you not a fan of this specific electric Mustang?
Oh, personally, I mean, I think it's, I mean, whatever. Like, as car companies transition to like electric vehicles, I mean, obviously they're going to have electric models of those which people are already accustomed to try and get people on board. Like, obviously, if you're like a big Mustang fan and they make an electric Mustang, they're trying to like get you on board with the idea, which I think it's a fair strategy.
But what about you? What you said you don't like the electric?
Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of electric Mustangs. I mean, first of all, they're unpredictable, you know? No, I'm kidding. But I'm just a big fan of the ability to work on something physically instead of having to debug it through whatever means.
So, are you guys a car enthusiast?
What?
Are you a car? Are you gear?
I'd say I'm a car enthusiast.
What do you drive?
I don't drive a
BMW
car.
E46?
This guy drives an E46.
2002?
What manufacturer is that?
Oh, BMW, yeah.
You take care of her?
Yeah.
All right. And what do you think of this year's auto show? Last year was.
I wasn't able to get here last year.
We both. There was a bit of shenanigans that occurred last year, so.
So how many auto shows have you been?
New York ones. This is the first one. I've not been making any other ones, but I'll see like local things and meets and stuff like that.
And what do you think of this year's auto show? You think things are back
I think
to
it's
normal?
cool.
It's nice. Before we were walking around and we only saw the top floors, a bit underwhelming.
Oh, I will say, I wish BMW had a bigger exhibition space. They have like 3 BMWs, you can't even open them, can't get in them, can't really really see them. That's kind of a pain.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any manufacturer that had probably the most exotic or cool looking car on this floor or throughout the exhibit?
I like the new Z, the new Nissan Z.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that as well.
And how much is that going for?
Probably like, I guess like 40, 50 grand.
Yeah.
Thinking of buying a new car?
No.
Maybe in 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys from the New York area?
Yeah.
Where are you guys coming from?
Queens.
Where in Queens?
Regal Park, Forest Hills.
Regal Park. Okay. You have anything else you want to say?
Shout out BMW 46.
Yeah. Empower, baby.
Okay. You want to spell your names? That's the call that goes on TV.
Spell my name?
Yeah, spell it. Yeah.
Oh, Alex. Alex.
And last name? If you want.
Gallagher. GALLAGHER.
ROLAND PILENYI.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Of course, have a good one.
That's kind of those bands together. Yeah, I was there for a little bit. I'm from Long Island. I live in Long Beach now. I'm from Brooklyn. I went to Brooklyn.
That's what they're looking to do.
Canada.
Alex, Alpina, you're very friendly.
We got word of
started it.
Sure.
Hey, little man, how are you?
I'll let you do it. He got hurt. He had a couple stitches.
Enjoy the show. Thanks. If you want to stay 20. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, sure.
I see the different city, and I'm like,
Can you get off? All right, 1 second.
And she has 18 years here. And when they fly her out for active
Recording? No. Sorry.
You might come back.
You guys get off the bus.
Nice ride.
Last time I got on a bus like this was 1969. I gotta take
Tell me about this GM old look bus and what makes you so enamored by it. It seems like you grew up riding this bus.
When I was a kid, I still remember I was always fascinated with buses and trains, and I remember I got on this bus in the Bronx going to Hearns. I think it was, I don't remember the route, with my mom. I was, what, 4 years old? I still remember it. I remember the cushion seats. And then later on, private companies use these buses, these model buses. And
Like Liberty Bus Lines? And,
yeah, but in other states, and I just got on, I remember these cushion seats, but I always fell in love with the fish bowls.
Right.
I always liked the fish bowls.
That's the new look.
Yeah, the new modern buses, they look nice and everything, but I like the traditional buses. I like the Grumman's in the 80s. They were very nice. I have a collection of all these buses.
And you said you have a collection of die-cast models by decade. Can you like explain?
Yeah, I have like the buses that was running in New York City through the ages. I have each set of cars of a specific decade. So when I make a diorama of the city, I have the buses pertaining to that decade.
Do you have pictures on your phone?
Right now, no. Of those buses, no. I have pictures of make dioramas like I did the other day of Escape from New York.
You have one?
Yeah. Wait a second, give me a moment. Where is it? Give me a moment.
I'm going at the very end.
But in general, like, what makes you so enamored with these buses?
It's just, it brings me back memories of me and my parents' family, which unfortunately, they're all gone. And I reminisce about it. Where did I put the pictures?
And which bus route did you ride it on?
Oh, most of them in the Bronx. I grew up in the Bronx.
Okay.
And then in Puerto Rico, they had the fish bowls. They had these models. I used them a lot over there.
Okay. And do you remember the 3rd Avenue L?
Of course, I remember the number 8 train. That was the 8 train.
No. So did you ride the last train in '73?
Junior Jeep.
This is another model I made up, but that's King Kong on top of the Empire State Building. Let me see if I find the car. I have to have it somewhere. Oh, there it is. These are the Escape from New York.
Oh, that's cool.
See?
That is cool. And
I made that Cadillac. So I make dioramas like that. I use buses of the period. This is in the 70s, logically.
Yeah, because the movie came out in 1981.
Yeah, so this is all the cars of the 70s.
And how big is your house to do this thing?
In New York City, there's nothing large here. I have a regular 1-bedroom apartment, which is small, and I just have everything stored. So when I'm going to do a picture, I just lay out a table, build it, and then I have to dismantle it once again.
And how long have you been doing this as a hobby?
Oh, I do scale models. I study architecture, and I've been doing it since I was in high school.
High school, okay. Now about this bus here, when they were retired, like around the mid-70s, you would say, on New York City Transit?
No. These buses, yeah, like the fish bowls came in 1959. Yes. And they started decommissioning these buses, I think by 1969 or 70, they were all gone.
Right.
And they had strictly the fish bowls.
Fish bowls, and they would last till at least the
they had
mid-90s.
Flexible, and they had GMCs. Right. And then they lasted all the way to 1979, which the new bus came in. I forgot the name of that bus. It's not a Grumman. It's I think it was Flexible, but it was the new modern version. And then the Grumman came in, and keep modifying the buses all the way to today.
Right, right. And Do you consider yourself a rail fan or a bus fan or a bus buff?
I like both of them. I just consider myself a New York fan. I'm in New York City architecture, New York City MTA, trains, buses, everything related to the city.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And how often do you ride mass transit?
Basically every day.
Every day. And how is riding as a kid compared to riding it now, you think?
The price. It's the same. It's just the price. I was telling my cousin today, we were in the subway, and I said, remember when we were kids, the difference of people when there were no cell phones, what they had? He said everybody had newspapers or a magazine or just reading the promotions on top.
Right.
But now everybody's like this. Nobody's looking up. They're just down here.
Okay. So you get a lot of memories in this buses here. And how often do you go to like these type of events where they run classic trains and buses? If anything?
Oh, when I could catch them. If I'm not working, I could catch them. I still see when they do go in Yankee Stadium, the four line. They always put the traditional trains. But if you want to have a nice trip through memory lane, the best thing is to go to the Transit Museum in Brooklyn. They have all the trains and buses in exhibition.
Okay. And what do you think of this year's auto show?
Wow.
I haven't been to the auto show in over a decade, but it's very nice. I like it, and I'm glad they have a sector where they have everything of city services vehicles.
Okay. And there's a theme of electrification this year. What do you think of electric cars and electrification in general?
It's just a contradiction because where the electricity come from? From the power plants. How the power plants run? By oil and gasoline. So still we're going to be with fossil fuels. We're just giving Con Ed the best of the benefit.
Do you drive?
When I can. I don't have a car right now, but I have my driver license.
Right. So, but would you consider driving an electric car?
Yeah, from point A from point B. But let's say if I want to drive cross country or long distance, I prefer gasoline because maybe the area where you're driving, there's not areas where you can charge your car.
Right. Okay.
We're still in progress in the United States where they still have to update every single state for electric cars.
Okay. And where you guys are coming from? Where you live? Where you live right now?
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx? Where in the Bronx?
All the way down Parkchester.
Parkchester, okay. And what are you going to be doing after the auto show?
Eat, because this over here is called an entrapment with the food here.
Okay. You have anything else to say?
I just hope everybody enjoy what they see in the auto show. And if you like going down memory lane, the best way is just to come and visit one of these buses or vehicles, antique vehicles. I wish they had more antique vehicles here. That would be nice. I don't see any antique vehicles.
Okay. Can you spell your name? You know, that's the screen that goes on the TV.
Wilbert.
Wilbert?
Yes.
And last name?
Rodriguez.
Don't worry, that won't notice.
Alex cousin.
Can you spell that?
Rodriguez.
And what do you do?
Right now, I work in tourism.
Tourism. But you mentioned architect, right?
Yeah, I do architectural tours.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Who's doing that? Oh.
What's that? Our television was Magnavox. We had the first home theater. Where's the...
High orders.
This is the
showing
bus.
our age here.
This is the model. Yeah, go up there, and I just look out the window. Huh? Try to take the whole bus.
Check out the buttons, though. No, that's steering wheel.
Okay.
Huge.
What do you think of this old bus here?
I think it's really cool. It shows all the nostalgia.
Try to take the
It's
whole
very
bus.
vintage. I feel like I'm in a movie in this bus. It's really cool.
And does it remind you of the show The Honeymooners?
It does. Yeah, I used to watch it when I was a kid.
With Ralph Camden?
Yep, in black and white.
Right. And did you ever rode on any of these buses, like if you had a chance back in the day?
Not quite this old. My grandmother used to bring me to Newark at Bamberger's on a regular New Jersey Transit bus.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you live in the city or you live
In Jersey.
In Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of the auto show in general this year?
It's good. I'm a little disappointed that Infiniti and Acura and Mercedes isn't here, but it's good to be back. I haven't been back in a few years.
What?
This bus was
And what do you think of the
49 to 66, it says right there.
the,
Up to 1966. I told them at the end of the 60s, they discontinued them.
The theme, there's like the electrification theme of moving cars to electric. What do you think of that?
I like seeing all the electric cars, and it's really cool to see them driving around in the building, because obviously with a regular engine you couldn't do that.
Yeah.
And I have a hybrid, so I'm very much into the electric cars.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's been some critiques that, we're just moving the fossil fuels for energy generation. It's not really saving the environment. What do you think of that?
Yeah, and also with the battery situation in Africa, it's really tough. That part of it, I'm not too crazy about. I still do enjoy a regular gas engine. But it's nice to drive quiet. It's nice not to have the exhaust. I do like the electric vehicles though.
Okay. You have anything else you want to say?
No, that's it.
Can you spell your name?
Erica, E-R-I-C-K-A.
Last name?
Hanselman, H-A-N-S-E-L-M-A-N.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go.
My car was not loud enough. We was yeah, go to the back. If only she knew that. If only. Yo, we in the.
Old bus.
It's kind of exciting to see how all the changes to the bus system, like that, for example, the newer buses are kind of cooler, but this is kind of really living history.
I see you were mentioning Rosa Parks. She was riding on this specific model of the bus, not this model, but it was a similar bus.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of like the societal changes as a result when you think of coming into this bus?
Honestly, I don't really know because what do you call it? Yeah, I don't know actually. To be honest.
Okay, all right. But I want to ask, what do you think of the auto show in general?
It's cool, exciting. This is my third time being here. It's their first time, so I wanted to show them how it was. I've been here since I was a child, so.
Well, what's the changes with this year's show?
First of all, I didn't know they had like all these down here, like the buses and stuff like that. This is new. I never seen it down here, at least from when I was here last time. This is all new, so.
Okay. And but there's a theme of electrification for this year's auto show. What do you think of electric cars and auto manufacturers trying to get people to buy electric cars?
Honestly, I think it's a good idea because gas is really expensive right now. So like, if we all switch to like electronics, we'll probably save us a lot of money, and yeah, that's.
But so critics say that going to electric cars doesn't really solve most of the problem because the electricity generated is being by fossil fuel power plants. So what's your thoughts to people saying like that, and people that are car enthusiasts who think that they don't really have sound or they're not exciting to drive? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, for the first one, honestly, you could always use like solar power and stuff like that. There's other ways to get like energy besides the fossil fuels and stuff like that. There's other ways that they're developing.
Okay. So are you excited about? Would you buy an electric car?
I definitely would. Definitely would.
You have any in mind?
Probably like a Tesla.
Tesla? I mean, they're not at this auto show.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
But I think, is Rivian here this year?
I think so, yep.
Okay. But you have a car that you like that you saw at this show?
Not that I specifically saw yet, but like obviously like the Lamborghini truck, I would definitely want
here?
that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you have anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's it.
Can you spell your name?
Jaden, Jaden.
Last name?
Alvelo, Alvelo.
And where you guys are coming from?
Yonkers.
Yonkers!
Yeah.
Okay. Westchester. Where in Yonkers?
In the square, Getty Square.
I'll get it clear. Alright, thank you very much.
You know what this kid said?
Hell no. I wasn't even throwing up. Yeah, Marilyn Monroe or something.
Bus.
It was nice. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, but it was like this. Man, my mother rode on buses like this. So I can tell you this much, I never rode. Never in my life.
And where were you and your mother raised then? In New York City?
Oh, well, you know, the District of Columbia.
D.C., okay.
Washington, D.C.
Okay. But you live in New York now, right?
Yeah. I've been in New York since 1994.
Where in New York?
Oh, well, I've been in Brooklyn.
And what do you think of the auto show this year?
Auto show is awesome.
You have a car that you like?
I like the Nissans. Of course, I favor the Nissans, the Hondas, Mazdas, stuff like that.
Okay. And with the cars, they're trying to push electric cars right now. What do you think of electric cars?
Well, I mean, you know, I think that it's good to just get used to trying to drive the electric cars. They call them EVs now.
Mm-hmm.
Because pretty much it's going to be a point where there's not going to be any more gas they're going to be using. That, like your cell phone and devices, you're going to have to charge it up.
Mm-hmm. And but what's your feelings towards it? Do you like it or you don't like it?
I think it's good. I mean, I rode in one today. And
okay. Which one? Was that the Ford Mustang one?
Well, I rode in the Nissan.
Okay.
Nissan, you know, it's really nice.
Okay. All right. You have anything else you want to say?
You know, great. Come to the New York Car Show.
Okay.
International Auto Show in New York.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Can you spell your name?
Oh, Gerald.
Last name?
And Smith, S-M-I-T.
All right. Thank you.
Old school. Real. Jeez.
Wow.
Boy. I was telling somebody I wasn't even born.
Man. This was like a 19th century.
What they used to say? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Wow. Way before they had me.
Told me this was like a shop. What's that? This coins. Actual money. I think this was back when
They had Toby.
I know. Toby's was like a shop.
Huh? It looked like a Y in the middle of the corner. And it said, right.
I think the lowest price they ever had in there is $1. It might have been.
And then back in the day, for the train, they had
The wood, and they had that shape.
Yep.
They were still around when you was little, yeah.
No, I remember now.
Right. Well, what's that place then?
It's called Omni.
Well, what's Omni though?
Well, Omni is
it's the
like...
app. Is it an app?
It's not software, but it's a part of the transit entry.
Right.
That's what I mean. You still have to like right. That's what I mean. Yeah. Because you gotta. How do you actually?
Debit or credit card on it, it'll take care of it.
Right. Yeah.
Access onto the train or bus. That's what I mean.
Well, see, they connected to your
debit or credit
Right.
card.
That's what I mean. You either have to use a card.
But you gotta sign up for it first.
Tap on the bus or
Right, so meaning it's still going to be some.
But you can also.
It's what I mean. It's still going to be some kind of
phone
device.
too.
Right, so they probably going to have an Apple
Phone
face.
also.
Yeah, you can use a phone
tap
for this.
Right.
the turnstile.
Right.
And it's crazy, right? Other trains, they see New York, they go, oh yeah, we got games.
Right. This is so wild. I love that. Look at the big. Because you know that's not the original one.
Yeah, this is the one that runs that turns. I mean, this fair box. Maybe have trains.
Yeah, I want to go to the museum, but you know the transit.
I didn't remember that. There's more of it. I think they have the bus always all the time. I didn't know they had like the bus of back in 1970. You know, I think it's just
Old school here.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe they thought bus.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
I went to school with them.
Oh yeah?
Tap
Was it here?
64.
Right?
Was it Jim Tap? No, we in Taft, two train stations, and the D train, 2 train stations.
DX.
Right, so South Bronx, man. Actually, it was 170. It was 177. Between 70th Street, walk 1 block to the train to the school. Big street.
This is the old New York City.
Hats off to you.
Yeah, thank you.
So you survived.
That's how it used to be.
You know what they call it? You know what they New York.
I wonder what's in there. I gotta have purpose.
Yeah, because they're trying to say New Jerk, but yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
What do you want to say on camera? What do you think of this old bus?
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
1950s.
1950s. Where you guys are coming from?
We're coming from New Jersey.
Where in Jersey?
Belleville.
Huh?
Belleville.
Belleville. Is that North Jersey, Mid Jersey, what?
North Jersey.
North Jersey. Okay, so right across the tunnel.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the New York Auto Show?
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Good cars.
Is this your first time coming here?
Second time.
Second time. Is it better than last year?
Yeah, I say so. I think it's a lot because they was little. He was little. Yeah.
I didn't
The first time
know
when we
much
came
about
here
cars.
was 2018.
2018. And what do you think of the push to buy electric cars? They want electric cars more popular. What's your thoughts on that?
To me, I don't like too much.
You don't like electric cars?
Nah, not really.
How come?
Maybe because I'm not used to it.
Used to it. Okay. What do you drive?
Honda.
Honda?
And Acura.
Okay. And, but did you get a chance to ride in an electric car?
Never.
No.
I mean, I did before, but I never drive it myself. I never.
Okay.
I mean,
What are you going to be doing after the auto show?
Go home.
Go home. Okay. You have anything else you want to say?
I think that's it.
Okay. All right. Can you spell your name and his name?
Jordy.
And your name?
FRANCHESER.
And your name?
Alex. ALEX.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
I cannot find you.
Come back out.
Bus from the 50s?
But they're not plugging in. So
That's Godzilla's.
How are they going to charge them?
Say something on camera?
Huh?
And you're hungry.
How you doing? Excellent. How about you?
Good.
Good. Hop on in. There you go.
How fast this thing can go 0 to 60?
About 6.5 seconds.
Okay. Do I need a seatbelt on?
Yes.
All right.
Alright, here we go.
So what do you think of this Chevy?
Oh, it's great, man. This is I mean, to me, this handles like a kart, like a go kart. So it's very nimble, sure-footed. It has a low center of gravity, so it makes it really fun to drive.
Are you a professional driver?
I am. There we go.
And how long you been professionally driving?
For the past 7 years.
So what do you drive often?
A little bit of everything, actually. So yeah.
So you usually come to auto shows and stuff like this?
I do. Yeah. I was in LA, I was in Chicago, and now I'm here in New York. One of my favorite shows.
How many times have you been to New York Auto Show?
Oh God, probably 8 times already.
What do you think our electric cars are the future?
I most certainly do. Yeah. And it's only going to get better from here. So, the
Can you spell your name?
Yeah, Baron, B-A-R-O-N.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
It's great. It's the first time I've been to the New York Auto Show. I grew up going to the DC one several times. A lot of different cars, very EV focused this year. That seems to be the theme of the future. So,
yeah, the theme is electrification of cars. What do you think of electric cars in your opinion?
either or. I mean, you know, electric cars has to be powered from somewhere. So if there's a plan to switch to more alternative fuels, whether it's nuclear, biodiesel, whatever, they can be very well. Awesome. Thank you.
How was the ride?
It was great.
Can you spell your name?
My name?
Yeah.
My last name's Papagiannopoulos.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Dude, that's pretty cool. All right, we're good to go. Slow it down a little so they can catch up. And the slow part. It's so weird not to talk on it. I'm like,
You have a
to give you only have one. That's how we're going to work it.
me about this blue Lamborghini and your company and what they do, and what you thought of this year's auto show.
So we're from Blue Street Auto, or Blue Street Exotics. We're at exotic cars such as GTR, and here we have the blue Huracan Spider 2017. So here we have a 5.2 liter V10 naturally aspirated, and two-door Huracan Spider. Want to come over here? Got the blue on blue interior, with the nice bucket seats. You know, some good driving. Here we are. Here we have a engine in the back for the Lamborghini. And if you want to come over here, we have the Nissan GTR. Not this one. Not this one. Come over here. We got the Nissan GTR. 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, pushing out 600 horsepower, and quite frankly, 3.5 seconds to 60 miles per hour. So pretty quick.
So how often you get a chance to drive these cars for work?
Pretty much on a daily basis. We're constantly moving cars in and out of our lots. We're delivering cars to the tri-state area. So yes, we do deliver to the tri-state area. Pretty much New Jersey, Philly, New York, even Connecticut.
So your company's a rental company for
yes,
exotic cars?
it's an exotic car rental company, yes.
Okay. And this is your first time coming to the auto show?
Yes, this is my first year at the New York Auto Show.
And what are your thoughts of this auto show?
It's pretty nice, you know, seeing, you know, only a couple years ago it was all gas cars, and now today we have all these electric cars here. You know, the BMW i4, the Kia EV6. You know, it's a little different, but then at the same time you have these classics like over here, the golden VW Bug. And you have a ton of like older generation cars like the Mark IV Supras. You have the new cars upstairs like the new Grand Wagoneer. That's the Grand Wagoneer from Jeep. That's the size of an Escalade. So overall, it's a pretty cool experience coming to the auto show, seeing all these pre-production cars, and you know, eventually getting to see them on the road, like people driving them. But for now, I'm gonna stick with my gas cars.
Now, this theme of this year's show is electrification. Do you think electric cars have reached the potential to overtake gas-powered cars?
So at this time, I don't think EV cars have the potential to take over gas cars fully yet, just because, you know, they're in very early stages of productions. Like even Tesla, they only started about 10 years ago, and the fact that these batteries can hold still little power during the colder months, like during the winter, especially in New York, up here in New York, or even further up north in Canada. I feel like that the electric cars still need a little bit more work, if not a lot more work, before they can fully take over, you know, the car world, you know, gas cars in general.
And okay, but what do you think of this year's auto show?
This year's auto show, pretty nice in general. You know, like I said again, you know, you got a lot of electric cars, a lot of best of both worlds, I would say.
Okay, and what do you do?
So I am an intern at Blue Street Exotics. We are based out in Deer Park and Long Island. Yeah, that's pretty much it, what I do at this company.
Okay. And how long have you been there for?
I've been with them for 2 months.
2 months. Okay. You have anything else you want to say?
Yeah, but definitely stop by our booth. We're called Blue Street Exotics. We are located on the lower level of the Javits Center this year. Come check it out. We are also doing a raffle for a free rental. We're also doing our membership program, which we just introduced this year, and back in January. You know, you get to drive the cars for free if you rent it a certain amount of days. You basically get additional miles for free. You get free gas on us. We also do a vehicle management program, so essentially you bring your own car, exotic car to us. We'll help you rent it out, and you can make a commission out of it.
Okay, can you spell your name?
Perry, P-E-R-R-Y.
Last name?
Last name Chen, C-H-E-N.
Thank you, Perry.
Thank you.
That's a picture.
Chris, I thought you guys were following me.
What about this cool design one of your designers is doing right now on the car?
Our Auto Spy, it's White Swan Auto Spy. This is a signature project of ours. This is our first project, and the meaning is that we put a flying swan, you know, like a swan coming out of water. It's moving, and it shows how we move forward, how our company moves, and that's how it has this big meaning.
Where you guys are based out of?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn? We're in
Yes.
Brooklyn.
Sunset Park.
Sunset Park. Okay. And how long you been doing designs, these cool designs with cars for?
About a year.
About 1 year. Your company's only a year?
Yes, we are new, but we are moving very, very fast and already, heard a lot about.
Right. And how many cars have you painted or designed with these designs? How many cars have you done so far?
So far, here represented like the biggest projects are Rolls-Royce, absolutely customly done. This Bentley fully customly designed, and the biggest project is Lamborghini. You can show it as well. That's like our biggest project, and it's getting the most attention.
And do you also paint the cars too, or you just promote the?
Me? No, I don't paint personally.
Okay, but who else designs it? Just cars.
That's my design. Like we do design. Our team decides the design together, but we have our girl Masha who paints, and she also helps, of course.
Okay. If she has the time, she could speak on camera.
Let me ask her.
Okay. But I want to ask more.
Of course.
In what does your business tend to do mostly?
That's actually the owner of White Swan, Alan. So he's asking about our business. I was explaining about design, big projects.
Okay. So, what do you think of this year's auto show?
This year auto show, I think they make accent on the electric vehicles, but as you see, a lot of people they still like gas cars with a lot of power and horsepower. So the second floor with electric vehicles not so popular than this floor, aftermarket and upgraded tuning cars.
Okay. And what does your business do mostly?
We actually local, we're locating in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, and our company is open like 6 months since we've been in business. In the first 3 months, our company been Googled 4,000 times. Right now we have a line for 3 months up front already, and we are building our custom projects because we have a great team. At the beginning we've been opening as a regular tuning shop, but then we figured out that we are doing so high job, so we're building our custom projects. We're also building our custom vans, custom any type of the cars.
Okay. Do you have a car that you actually like at this show? You saw?
You mean besides ours, or?
Yes. Did you go upstairs?
Yes.
Of course.
Porsche 911 by the designer, it's I think Japanese designer, very famous, and I saw him draw it here. It's on the second floor. That's what I really like.
And this is your first auto show?
It's our first after show, and we find out about after show like
4
days,
ago. Yes.
like a week ago. And this car we prepared in 24 hours to auto show.
Wow, 24 hours.
Yes, that's a great promotion that we can do everything.
Great. And you do detailing,
We do everything, one-stop shop, detailing, that's the wrap, tuning, body kits, anything you want.
Do you personally work on cars?
Sometimes, I do when it's needed a bit. I can show you how you are preparing this car. This was real custom work.
What do you have that?
That's how you do custom Rolls-Royce.
Wow. Very nice. And how long you been in the car fixing business for you?
I'm in the car fixing business for 15 years, but I was on the side as a client.
Oh, okay.
So I know everything what the clients need.
So where you from originally?
Originally from Kyrgyzstan.
Kyrgyzstan, that's the
Central
former
Asia.
Soviet Republic?
Yes, it is. That's why we have the former Soviet car there.
Oh, that's that Lada's there.
Yes, and Mercedes 1995 E320 is personal my car too.
Oh, okay.
And this car, it's all new. I bought this car for $8,000, and I've been fixing this car for 2 years, and
Right now, it cost me just without 2 years $70,000 in whole total, and it's all new. Everything was changed besides transmission.
Okay.
Everything is all new. Like you buy the old parts, but they new in a box from the old time. So this car from Bulgaria, from all over the world, was stuck together.
Okay. You have anything else you want to say?
Please come and visit our booth. You can see the job we do. Now, all the top shops, everybody was thinking that in California, LA, but now in New York, you have real top shop. And everybody is like, comes here, they know our job.
Okay, can you spell your name?
Allen, A-L-E-N.
Last name?
Lucky, L-U-C-K-Y.
And yours?
Olga, O-L-G-A, Swan, S-W-A-N.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Сейчас засадим.
I work for all the stations. What you doing, B-roll? About this car, what is this car here?
So this is Lada was 2106. So it made in USSR like 1990, almost last year before the country broke up. And this is a good car in excellent condition, has low mileage. I drove it for last 2 days and I like it so much. It's very
You're from Russia?
Huh?
You're from Russia?
Yeah, I'm from Russia, Dagestan.
Dagestan. And how popular is this car in Russia still?
Some people keep them like antique, you know. They try to restore them, save them. But when I was younger, like maybe 15 years ago, there was a lot of cars like this. Even my grandfather had like this white color.
Yeah. And how does it drive? Does it drive good?
It's very soft, but the engine I believe is 1.6, so it's not that strong, right? But it's good.
It's good.
But you have to use all your body, 2 hands, 2 legs, something like that.
So, what do you think of the electric cars that are coming up?
Honestly, I like gasoline engine cars, not electrics. I like when the exhaust sound, But it's future, so.
So, but did you get a chance to ride on the electric cars like here?
So I haven't drive here, but I drove Tesla once in my life. It's funny, but still, I like gasoline cars, like 8 cylinders.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. And what do you think of this year's auto show?
Actually, it's my first year, and I came here as exhibitor, and I like it. A lot of awesome cars, a lot of cars that I saw in the games, in the movies, I like it. It's pretty awesome.
That's great. You have anything else you want to say?
I want to say hi to everyone. Stay safe.
How do you say hi in Russian?
Привет. Hi, salam alaikum.
What about in your language?
We say salam alaikum.
And where are you from in Russia again?
From Dagestan.
And can you spell your name?
Kamil.
Yeah, all the name. Yeah, can you spell it?
Kamil.
Last name?
Salikhov.
All right. Thank you, Mahmoud. It's my
Hey, Cal, get down.
Oh, it's just a.
Even I did when I was super young. It's something, as soon as you step out on the street outside your house, someone is right on top of that to go on the field and dominate, always. I've always felt like I can't exactly describe what I'm doing to other people because no one else has that. I am doing something that's just so uniquely what feels right to me. I want. And where's the back massager thing? I don't have.
We might be blue.
Welcome to the Ford Experience at the New York International 1 million hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all electric.
There's always these butterflies.
good. So where are we now? Let's see. 4 points. Where are you? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. 4 points here. 4 points here. John. It's a tie game. Oh, stay in your seat.
Recap.
Okay, don't panic. Breathe. Breathe. Are you breathing? Yes, indeed. 65 years we've been operating here in the U.S. on our way to a century, and we have a great close game. 2 points here. 2 points here. Ariana, you having fun? Yeah, excellent. So, you having fun? Yeah. Okay, here's your third number on higher or lower. The number of vehicles Toyota has assembled here in the United States so far. Higher or lower than 15 million. Higher or lower. Higher or lower. Higher or lower. Which way are you gonna go? Higher. Higher. April. Hi, very good. Yes, indeed. Look at that. 32 million Toyota vehicles assembled in the U.S. today. What a game. 4th number out of 5 on. Higher or lower. The amount of money Toyota's donated to U.S. nonprofits over the years, higher or lower than $750 million. What do you think? Higher or 4 points here. 4 points here. We have one final tie-breaking question. Ariana, are you nervous?
No.
Spent by Toyota per hour all year long. Higher or lower than $500 million. Higher or lower. Higher or lower. Higher or lower. Which way are we down? So, you want to bungee jump?
Oh, man, if we have a HUDSON don't come in until Monday. Does anybody have 2 rubber bands?
All right. You have a number? What number would you like? 2 million? Million? Wow, that's a big number. Okay, she said $1 million. What are you going to say, Soda? Any number over 500,000?
500,001.
Nice! Price is right. 1,001 and 1 million. Whoever's closest to the actual number of global R&D dollars spent by Toyota per hour all year long will be the higher or lower champ.
All right, the actual amount of dollars spent per hour is $1 million!
Game over. What a game, what a game. All right, what does she win?
She's the gold medalist and she's going to take home a one-of-a-kind. There's no other like it. Toyota Racing Car!
Fantastic. Do we have anything for second place?
That the only thing we have left for Sota is
the exact same thing!
Give them both a big hand. They were amazing contestants. Nicely done. And audience, we have one final question for you. Is anybody interested in winning a brand new Toyota? Let me see your hands shining. Tell us how.
After the show, everybody, play our Toyota Passport Challenge. Take your smartphone, come over and scan that QR code.
Do this show again at 5 p.m. Come on back. I'm Matt.
I'm April.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Eileen.
This was
Toyota
Live. Have a good day.
Make sure you get your red bags free at the Toyota.
I think you should buy it.
Steakhouse.
Papa.